Good morning, everyone. This is Uma coming to you with another UVVL video, and today I'm talking about management styles. So, I got selected as one of the lucky 37 people to be in the 2020 Prince William Leadership Program. And what that is that in my community, there's a leadership development program for up-and-coming leaders in our community. And we're from all walks of life. As you guys know, I own Lotus Wellness Center, which is a private company. There's people here from the police department, the sheriff department, the school systems, the public health systems, other private companies. It's just a big mix of us, and they're all just amazing people. And we had to do this thing called Emergenetics, and I'm looking at my profile because I can't remember the name exactly. And it's really interesting because I'm not going to mince words. I know I'm a difficult person to work with, as can be told by stories from past managers and assistants and whatever. I never knew why, and I always used to think the problem was me. Well, coming to this retreat and doing my Emergenetics profile, I am highly conceptual. I am in the 95th percentile of the population. So that means, if you have to break it down into numbers, there's only 5 more people in a group of 100 that are more conceptual than me. So that was really nice to know, because it makes sense to, conceptual people are the visionaries. They see the future, duh, I'm a psychic, that's what I do. I'm reading my notes. We have ability to create a vision. We can see the big picture. We have new ideas. We're very creative. We're always looking at the, how does this impact everyone, and what's the bigger thing? But the problem is that I can come across, and according to my profile here, I can come across flaky, impractical, inattentive, a dreamer, nonlinear, out there, scattered, undisciplined, unstructured, and weird. They actually literally wrote weird on there. So when I saw that, I was like, I'm not flaky, I'm not weird, but then I realized this is how I can come across to other people. So they give you like tips, on how to work with other people. And they give tips about what it's like to speak to somebody who's conceptual. You have to allow me to brainstorm my ideas, give me freedom. This has been such a big thing for me, because in opening up my center and bringing in new practitioners, sometimes my schedule is not available to me when I want to make quick changes. And that's been really hard, because freedom is very important to conceptual people. When you talk to someone like me, you give the picture, skip the details. I can't tell you what happens physiologically to me when people give me details. I had a manager before my current manager, Lizette, and she had to give me every single detail of every single thing she did. And I started like really hating her, and I didn't know why. Now I know. There's something that physiologically happens in me. My brain just shuts down. And as the facilitator said, she noticed it in me when we were doing a group exercise. She said, like, your energy just pulls all the way back. And I said, yeah, it's really hard. I get very confused. I get dizzy, lightheaded. And she said, you have to let people know you don't really want to know the details. And that's true. I trust my team. I trust people I work with. That's why we work together. It's because I want to give you guys that process to do. And then I'll get the big picture. I'll say, this is what I'd like to be done. And then I'd like people to figure it out without having to fill me in on the details of it. For someone like me, you have to give me time to think out of the box. That's why I did a post recently about I'm not on other people's time schedule. It's on my schedule. I have to figure out for myself how this works. And you have to keep things fun. So this is more a video for people who work with me, or who have worked with me in the past, or who plan on working with me. Because the thing is a conceptual person, it's very hard for us to get along with people who are analytical or structural. And this has been such an amazing thing for me to realize, I have to work on that. And this is more understanding for me as to why there's some clients I just can't work with. But now I can, because I can find that common ground. So yes, this video is mostly for my team and for people who work with me or have worked with me in the past, but the general message, because here goes a conceptual person, the general message of this video is to don't judge other people harshly or quickly. There could be reasons why they are the way they are. I'd love for everybody to take a Emergenetics, and it's Emergenetics. I'm pretty sure there's facilitators around the world and in your state or your country that you can probably pull it up. I'm sure there's a website, but I would really recommend you take a Energenetics profile and see what you're like, because one of the things I feel people feel I do to them is I dismiss them, and I apologize if you've ever felt dismissed by me. I really physiologically start to shut down when people get really technical or into details, or they have to tell me every minute of every day or something like I just can't do it. So I promise you I'm going to work on that and work on how I can be a better person to show up. But I have to be honest and say that's not my strong suit now. If you want to talk about the big picture and the impact of things on life or our mind or our body or spirit, like in bigger terms, I'm so in for that conversation. And I have no problem saying that, because I think we have to know what our strengths are and what our weaknesses are and allow ourselves to be okay with that. I met a lot of wonderful people here in the Prince William community that are very technical and very structural. In fact, I have two people sitting at my table, one from the police department, one from the sheriff department, that are very more, structural, analytical, and we're getting along just fine because they understand how I work, I understand how they work, and we're trying to meet in the middle. So wouldn't that be a lovely world if we could all just meet in the middle? That's my message for today. That's my vulnerability. I'm a conceptual person. I'm understanding now. I might have rubbed a lot of people wrong along the way. And for that, I apologize. And if you're watching this video and you're somebody that I have rubbed wrong along the way and you want to reach out to me for us to start discussions or conversations to meet in the middle, I'm so happy to do that, because this is why I keep taking classes and I keep growing myself. There's no shame in learning, in apologizing for what you've done and just moving on from it. There's no shame. So this is a big blanket general apology to anybody I've rubbed wrong by being a conceptual person. And it doesn't have to be general. You can reach out to me and we can make it more personal on that note. So on that note, I have to head to class. So bye guys. Thank you so much for listening. And for my team, we have to figure out how to get your Emergenetics profile done so we can all figure out how we work together, so that we can respect each other's processes. Okay? Bye, guys.